What's up, guys? I am Lanre. Welcome to my YouTube channel, the ultimate destination for forex enthusiasts. Get ready to dive into the world of forex trading with me as your guide. So on today's video, very quickly, we'll be looking into what EURUSD, the euro dollar, has done for this previous week, and also our expectation for the coming week. So we'll do our top-down analysis from the monthly down to the weekly, and if you follow the build-up of my previous videos, our expectation for the week, we saw that we were actually bullish on the daily, but let's not go ahead of ourselves. So let's start from the monthly down to the weekly again. Let's see the point that we are into the market. Now, if you follow the structure now, we could see that what the market is printing for us on here is a kind of a down momentum on the monthly, so which shows to us that from probably 2008, January, February 2008, we've been seeing a kind of crash in EURUSD, and the order flow has been respected all since then. And I told you that when you are doing your analysis from the monthly, what you need to check basically is your is the momentum. You just want to weigh the momentum of the market for that current month, because why? There's not so much information for you as a day trader that you need to actually work with to be sincere on the monthly. But if you're a swing trader, you have a lot of things to do with the weekly, the monthly, and the daily time frame. Sorry, pardon my voice, I have a little bit of cold. All right, so we could see from here, if I zoom in out a little bit for you, okay, you could see that I said the previous order flow that we had from here, we had a break of structure to the downside. Sorry, let me just change this one to white for the sake of this class so that you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so we have a break of structure to the downside here on the monthly to the downside, and our expectation of order flow is to ensure that we price this current impulse into the discount price. And if you check very well, you see that the market respected the 61.8 golden zone, and we had a very sharp rejection coming into the 61.8 to the downside. I mean, if you check to the left side also, we have another block here that the market likely used to drop, and since then we have had a selling momentum down into the downside of the market. All right, I think we are good on the monthly. So on the monthly, we see that we had a pullback into our premium price, so expecting the continuation of our order flow to the downside, such as this. So we're expecting a movement like this on the monthly into the coming years, as long as the order flow is respected. So I'm just going to clear this off now. Okay, sorry, pardon me for that. So it's important that you do your analysis to understand what the market is doing, at what point are we in the market now. All right, so let's go to the weekly time frame. So let's go to the weekly time frame now. Okay, so from this point that we saw on the monthly, if you check very well to this side, we'll see that there has been a lot of downward order flow. We had a break of structure here, we had a break of structure here, we had a break of structure here, we had a break of structure here to the downside. So which means that we have been moving in this channel for the past few weeks, up until we had a shift in market structure to the upside from this point onward to where we are currently in the market. So what can we see from here? If you understand what I said from the monthly, we could see that this was actually the this point here. I mean, this institutional order block was what the market used. We could see that last week I said this point was at a point of inducement for the market to use to grab some liquidity to come down. So we're expecting that if we price from this low here to this high here, we could see that the market is currently at a discount of the weekly swing high. So if we will have a push up and this zone will not be respected, for us to go a little bit way more higher from this point to grab more liquidity, or we continue up, is going to be determined from the intention of the price from this particular point that we had to the upside. And if the market wants to break this structure, market will definitely come and violate our last previous higher low into the zone. All right, so we can know that at the weekly perspective we are currently at the discount price, so we could expect some bullish momentum into the price, and that was last week. So on last week, if we check this zone, we would see that also we have a zone here which I will likely refine on the daily. So let me just clear this one here. We could see how we are building up the story. All right, always ensure that you build up a story. There's always a story behind the chart. That's the best way for you to connect with the intention of the market. So let's just go down to the daily time frame and see what we have marked out from here. Okay, so from the weekly, we saw that market was traveling in this channel perfectly. We could see the market structure shift on our left hand side here on the daily. Okay, so now we add a shift to the upside that we saw on the weekly. We could see that shift perfectly here, and the market has been creating series of higher highs, breaking structures and clearing liquidity to the upside, and also coming, I believe price is actually coming to clear all the trendline liquidity that is on this left side here, and we could see it crash from, when the market has taken all the trendline liquidities are here, the market is actually coming for it to balance up all what is in the market. All right, so we could see also this was the high that the market broke to the upside. We also have the market breaking structure also to the upside, and this was the point that we were last week when we are looking into our top-down analysis and weekly outlook that I posted earlier this week. All right, so we understand that from my expectation of the order flow, since we have an impulsive move from this point, here to the upside, sorry for that, so we have a push from here to this upside, so we're expecting that we will pull back also into our discount. All right, so from here we're expecting that the market is just going to push to the upside from this point, or yes, so let me use the path so that I'm not going to take time on that. So we're expecting that since is a push to the upside, this is a correction. We're also expecting this push like this. This is what we're expecting depending on what the market tells us to do. All right, so my eyes currently is on this level, because why? Price has respected this zone and is doing pretty well. All right, this was the discount zone that we saw on the weekly. All right, and we could see that what the market actually did on Friday or on Thursday going into Friday was that market he actually respected this fair value gap that we could see. All right, on the daily, we had an inducement of that fair value gap on the lower time frame, like 1 hour 15 minutes, and we see the market coming into that zone, respecting the 15 minutes of the fair value gap, and we have a very good closure on Thursday. Going into Friday, we had a push up to the upside following the NFP news, the non-farm payroll news on Friday, and also closing the news. So this is the point that we actually are in the market. So what I'm anticipating here from here is that the market come here a little bit to clear some liquidity, then we'll have a break of structure to the downside if price has an intention to go to the downside. All right, so and also from here, if the market has intention to continue that weekly correction which we have seen from the monthly, we would see a break of this structure to the upside in the coming days and in the coming weeks. All right, so but let's get to the 4 hour and also 1 hour before we could see how we could participate in the market for the coming week and what our expectations are. All right, so from here we could see that the market, this move to the downside, this downtrend move that we have been having from the past few weeks now, from last week into this week also, is only a pullback phase for the daily time frame market structure order flow. So we could see that right now, what can we see? There's likely, because why, the market has showed us his intention to actually go to the upside. So if you check the market structure order flow on the 4 hour, all right, we could see that this high has already been violated by the market. All right, so coming into next week, what I will be looking out for is market pulling back into the zone, into the premium, all right, into the discount price to follow the price up again. So I'm coming, let me explain what I mean by that to you. So what I'm anticipating next week is that I'm going to price this guy to the upside here, and I'll be looking into the market coming back into the zone, pulling back into the into the discount from 50%, and you could see where we have a lot of price void based on the NFP news on Friday. So I will really love that the markets enter into my 61.8 and 0.7 70.5 zone, which is my golden zone. They will begin to look from our lower time frame, something like this occurring to the downside. And also let me draw that again for you. So this is my expectation, a pullback into this level, all right. And also on my lower time frame, I'm looking for a market structure shift to the upside. Then I follow price up to taking all this liquidity, all right. So this is my anticipation for the coming week. If we'll have that bullish, we'll be watching the price. This is what I'm expecting for the week, all right, to come and clear the previous week's liquidity that has been built up in the market. Because if we check to this side here, we could see that there are still some price voids that the markets might likely come from. You could see this is a price void here that the markets might likely come and fill before we push the downside. This could be a very good leg for us to break that daily higher low that we've identified the other time, or the price should just push up to the upside. Then we move into our continuing our order flow to the upside. So this is just my expectation for the week. I'm expecting more of the bullish momentum, because why? We have broken this high, all right, this higher low into our premium zone on the daily, and we have shifted, and NFP also bringing that much volume into the market, all right. So but before we go, let us check our fundamental also for the week. Yes, so this is the fundamental that we have for the week from August 6 to August 12. All right, so on Sunday there is no news, which is August 7, and August 8 there's no news. On Wednesday till Wednesday there is no fundamental for us, a very calm day for us to trade. And on Thursday we could see a high impact news from 130. CPI is coming out on 130, and also unemployment claims. All right, so there's going to be a lot of high volatility in the market for on Thursday from the afternoon. Okay, so on a Friday also we have some also high impact news. All right, so thank you for staying true to this another amazing session. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please ensure that you do. It's going to go a long way for us on this channel. And also ensure that you click on the like button, and I can see that you're already clicking on that subscribing button. Just ensure that you toggle on the notification bell, so that anytime that I drop some other content from you you will be the first to be notified. So thank you once again, and I'm signing out. I am Lanre. Alright, bye.